You wake up, and for the first time in years there's nothing, no pulse of energy, no sign of life stirring in your body, just silence beneath the sheets, and at first you tell yourself it's no big deal. Maybe you didn't sleep well, maybe stress got to you, maybe it's just age, but deep down something in you knows it's more than that, because for decades that morning signal was your body's quiet nod to your masculinity. A natural rhythm, an unspoken promise that things were still working, still alive, and now it's gone quietly without warning. Most men never talk about this moment. They hide it even from themselves. But I'll tell you as a doctor and a man, this isn't just about sex. It's not about ego. It's about your hormones, your blood flow, your nervous system, and yes, your spirit. Morning wood is more than a biological reflex. It's your body's way of saying you're still strong, you're still here, and when it disappears, it feels like a part of you quietly vanished with it. No pain, no scar, just absence, and with it comes doubt, worry, and often silent shame. But here's what most men over 60 don't realize. This loss isn't inevitable. It's not just aging. It's a signal, a whisper from your body that something deeper needs your attention. Circulation, testosterone, stress, sleep. And once you learn how to listen, how to respond, you can shift the story. You're not broken. You're not done. You've just been disconnected from a part of yourself that still wants to rise, and the truth is, your body remembers. It knows the path back. You just have to walk it with intention, because one quiet morning doesn't define you, but what you do after it just might. There's no loud crash, no clear warning. Just a slow, quiet fade. Like a campfire burning low after midnight, embers dimming, warmth slipping away, you start to notice the small things first. Mornings feel dull. The stiffness you used to wake up with both in your joints and in your manhood just isn't there anymore. Arousal takes longer. Desire feels distant. You still can, but it doesn't come as easily. It doesn't come as often, and no one tells you how common this is, or how much it can hurt, because this isn't just about erections. It's about vitality, testosterone, blood flow, confidence, the unspoken pride of being a man who still feels strong, charged, capable, day after day. When that begins to fade, it chips away at something deeper. Something you can't quite name. You tell yourself it's just aging. You try to laugh it off. But a quiet question keeps rising. Is this the new normal? And that question, it stings, not because you're afraid of growing older, but because no one ever prepared you for this part. For the silence, for the loss of energy that once pulsed through you without effort, for the way it starts to change how you see yourself, in the mirror, in the bedroom, in your own skin. I've spoken to countless men who carry this burden alone. They don't complain, they don't panic, but behind their eyes is that same question, where did my fire go? And here's what I tell them, it hasn't gone out, not truly. It's been dulled, yes, by stress, by poor sleep, by hormone shifts, by years of carrying the world on your shoulders without rest. But the fire is still there, waiting, wanting to be reignited, and the good news, there are ways to stoke those embers again, because every man deserves to feel that surge of life in the morning, to remember what it means to feel truly alive in his body again. You wouldn't think something so small could shake you this deeply, but when morning wood stops showing up, it's not just your body that goes quiet, it's something inside you, something that once felt unshakable, because it's not just about the erection, it's about what it represents. That morning pulse was your silent proof of life, your body's whisper, I'm still strong, I'm still here, and when it disappears, you start to wonder, what else have I lost? The question creeps in late at night, or when you're getting dressed and catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror. Am I still a man without it? It's not a question of age, it's a question of identity. Of pride, of presence. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone, and yet part of you misses being wanted, being powerful, being capable, not just in bed, but in the way you walk through the world. For many men, this becomes a silent grief, one they don't talk about, not with their partners, not even with themselves. It stays locked behind jokes, distractions, or quiet resignation. but I want to say something to you, clearly and without shame. You are still a man, even in the quiet seasons, even when your body is recalibrating, even when you feel uncertain or less virile, or not like the man you once were. Your masculinity is not measured by a single function. It lives in how you show up with strength, kindness, and presence. It lives in your resilience, your wisdom, your will to heal, and still. I understand. I've sat across from men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s eyes full of questions they were too proud to ask. And I've helped them reconnect with themselves, not just biologically, but emotionally, because while this change can hurt, it's not the end. It can be the beginning of a new kind of strength, one that doesn't deny the wound, but walks through it and reclaims something even deeper. He was 67, retired, happily married, and yet, as he leaned forward, he lowered his voice like he was confessing a crime. "Doc, I don't wake up the way I used to. No morning wood, and I just feel off, tired, not myself." He brushed it off, called it just aging. But I've heard that line too many times, so we ran tests, simple ones, and what we found wasn't just about erections. It was about everything connected to them. His testosterone had dipped below healthy range. His blood pressure was creeping higher. His stress hormones were elevated. His sleep was fractured, and his circulation had slowed. What he thought was just a missing morning signal was actually his body waving a red flag. See, morning erections aren't just about desire. They're a nightly check-in from your body, a sign that your blood vessels, nerves, and hormones are working in harmony. When that signal disappears, it's often the first clue that something's out of balance. The good news, his story didn't end there. We adjusted his lifestyle, nothing extreme. We introduced deep sleep rituals, breathing exercises, natural testosterone support, and circulation boosting techniques. Slowly, the lights came back on, his energy returned, his mornings started to shift, and so did the way he felt about himself. I share this because his story is not rare, it's common, and if you're watching this right now, wondering if it's happening to you, know this: your body is speaking to you. And when you learn to listen, you unlock more than answers. You unlock the way forward. This isn't the end of your strength. It's the beginning of reclaiming it with clarity, courage, and care. Most men think morning wood is just about desire, or something that fades naturally with age. But here's the truth. It's not about lust. It's about life. When you wake up with an erection, your body is giving you a silent thumbs up. It's saying your blood vessels are open, your nerves are responsive, your testosterone is cycling properly, and your sleep did its job. It's the result of a complex, beautiful chain reaction between your brain, your hormones, and your circulatory system. So when that signal starts to fade, not just occasionally, but regularly, it's not random, it's a message. Let's break it down in simple terms. During deep REM sleep, your brain sends out pulses. Testosterone surges, nitric oxide is released, and your blood vessels relax. Nitric oxide, by the way, is the key chemical that helps blood flow into the penis. It's what allows your body to rise, literally and figuratively. But if your testosterone is low, if your blood vessels are clogged, if your sleep is shallow or fragmented, those signals don't fire properly. No erection, no morning wood. It's not your age. It's your biology asking for help. Many men over 60 accept this decline as normal, but that's a dangerous myth. Morning erections might change with age, but they shouldn't vanish completely. Their absence often points to early signs of cardiovascular issues, sleep disorders, insulin resistance, or chronic stress. In fact, urologists sometimes call it the canary in the coal mine. Because when things stop working down there, it's often a warning sign for something bigger, like heart health or metabolic function. But don't panic. This is not about fear. It's about awareness. Your body is intelligent. It communicates in signals, not words. And if you've been waking up to silence lately, it may be time to listen. to slow down, assess, and gently restore what's been out of balance. You don't need to chase youth. You need to support your foundation. Because vitality isn't gone, it's just waiting for the right spark. Your body hasn't forgotten. It may feel like something's shut down, but deep beneath the surface, the wiring is still there. It just needs the right current, gentle, steady, and consistent. And that's the good news. You don't need harsh pills, surgeries, or shame. What you need is a natural rhythm, something that works with your body, not against it. Let's talk about a simple 7-day plan, a quiet return to your morning signal. Start with your breath. Each morning, sit in stillness and practice slow nasal breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 6. This stimulates nitric oxide, your body's natural vessel relaxer. It opens the pathways that deliver blood to where you need it most. Then apply warm castor oil. At night, massage a small amount of castor oil over your lower abdomen and inner thighs. It may sound old-fashioned, but this ancient remedy boosts circulation, reduces inflammation, and gently restores pelvic flow. Now fuel your testosterone. Add zinc, rich foods to your plate. Pumpkin seeds, eggs, oysters if you can find them. These nourish the very foundation of your hormonal strength. Pair it with good fats like avocado or olive oil. Your body needs fat to produce testosterone. Don't forget movement. Just 5-10 minutes of daily pelvic floor exercises. Yes, even sitting in a chair can reawaken muscles that may have gone quiet. These are the same muscles involved in sexual reflexes and urinary control. You'll feel the shift within days, and above all, sleep. Deep, undisturbed rest is when testosterone rises and morning wood returns. No blue lights, no late meals, no stress rituals before bed. Protect your sleep like it's sacred. Because for your hormones it is. You don't need perfection. You need consistency. 7 days. That's all it takes to start feeling that flicker again. To wake up not just with function, but with hope. A sign that your body is remembering who you are, and that morning signal, it's not just physical. It's a quiet declaration. I'm still here. I still rise. You may not feel it now, but your body remembers. It remembers the mornings when you rose without thought, when desire moved through you like breath, effortless and full. It remembers the power in your chest, the calm confidence in your eyes, the quiet thrill of waking up ready. And though it feels like those days have passed, I'm here to remind you they haven't. They're still inside you. You are not broken. You are not used up. You are not past your prime. What's faded can return. What's gone quiet can speak again, because the masculine fire within you doesn't vanish. It only dims when ignored, when overworked, when starved of rest and care. But once you begin to support your body, even gently, that spark reawakens, a little more strength in your legs, a deeper breath, a moment of stillness where your heart doesn't race with stress, but beats steady with presence, and then, one morning, you feel it. A slight fullness, a pulse, a rise. It's small, but undeniable, and in that moment, something inside you straightens. You walk taller, you speak slower, you smile with less effort, you start to feel like you again. And your partner, they notice too, not just in bed, but in the way you carry yourself, the way you lean in to touch them without hesitation, the way you hold their gaze longer, knowing you're coming home to yourself. Because masculinity isn't just about muscles or erections. It's about energy, direction, presence, and when you nourish your system, body, mind, and hormones, what returns is more than performance, it's identity. So hear this clearly. You are still capable, still desired, still deeply alive, and your body, it hasn't forgotten. It's waiting, listening, ready to rise again, with a strength that's quieter than youth, but deeper. Rooted, earned, you've carried others your whole life. Now it's time to carry yourself, with dignity, with fire, and with the truth that healing is always possible. There's something sacred about the early hours, before the world wakes, before the noise begins. Just you, your breath, and the quiet, And in that silence, your body is listening, even if it's been months. Even if it's been years since you've felt the surge of energy in the morning, your biology hasn't given up on you. Not once. It's been waiting, patiently, faithfully, for your return. You see, healing doesn't begin with massive leaps. It begins with something small, a choice, a whisper, a single act of care. Maybe it's the food you reach for tomorrow, the way you breathe before sleep tonight, the moment you finally say, "I'm ready to feel like myself again." You are not too old, you are not too late, because your body doesn't live by the clock of society. It lives by your choices. You don't need to chase youth. You need to reconnect with the power that's still within you. And yes, the world may have told you otherwise. Maybe you were taught to stay quiet, to tough it out, to suffer silently. But the truth is, real strength doesn't mean hiding your struggles. It means standing up and choosing to heal. This morning, maybe it didn't come the way it used to, but tomorrow is a blank page, a new beginning. You can feel energy again. You can feel desire again. You can wake up to yourself, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually. So take one step, just one, because sometimes the most powerful transformations begin in the smallest ways. A deeper breath, a quiet commitment, a moment of self-respect. You've been there for everyone else. Now it's time to be there for you. Every morning is a chance to start again, and this time, you rise not just because of biology, but because you chose to.